make pee-pee.
Today's episode of Joe Rogan is sponsored by Grey Chew. Grey Chew. It's a good. Okay, and it comes in liquid now with a beautiful taste that you love. Grey Chew. Doctors are aware of it. And, you know, we accept Bitcoin and other non-traceable forms of payment. Grey Chew is a proud sponsor of this program.
Grey Chew, there it is. There it is. Chat does not seem to be working already. Already problems. Already with the problems.
Today's episode of the program is sponsored by Grey Chew.
I want my chew, my Grey Chew. Oh yeah, I need my Grey. It helps me play. I keep my focus by 1.2 times, and I feel so much better. When times are hard, I get my chew. You know what I do.
Today's episode of the program is sponsored by Grey Chew.
I want my chew.
Instead of a discussion, we have what? Make pee-pee. What?
Toilets.
What? Pee-pee. What?
German toilet.
What? Cheerleading. What?
Excrement.
What? Childishness. What? Make pee-pee.
Excrement. There
Pee-pee.
display in the bag. They don't disappear in water. It's the German ritual. You know, every morning.
Make pee-pee.
In Anglo-Saxon world, United States, you get, you know, the toilet bowl which is full of water so that the shit floats in it before it disappears. 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 Float.
Karl Marx. Karl Marx. Karl Marx. Karl Marx.
Make pee-pee on social. Make pee-pee on social.
Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. Chip, are you there? Chip.
Yeah. Are
Chippy.
you live?
Chippy. Is okay, let's start off with how we start off on this program. Is this live on YouTube?
On YouTube. Oh, I didn't see, but you are live on Twitch. Let me check on YouTube.
Oh boy. We're starting off.
I'm not seeing you on YouTube. Let me look you up directly.
Okay.
No, you. Oh yeah, you are. You are live on YouTube.
Okay, you know why I was not live on YouTube just a second ago? Because I had it set for private. I had the stream set on private.
You boomer.
Very, very deeply ignorant person who cannot figure out how to use this.
You are going from like your cool name RM Brown to like Senor RM Marron. You're Marron now.
Oh my god, totally. Even that's a little too kind for me at this point. So I don't know if anybody watched the stream last time. That everything tech related to the stream and my computer just stopped working. Just everything stopped working, and then Chippy, I'm not even lying, my mouse stopped working.
Heard.
Like the hardware, even the hardware stopped working. So it was.
Got completely corrupted.
No, everything. It just got. I honestly thought like I was in like a '90s hacker movie or something where
big old doinks.
where the mainframe of my computer got hacked or something.
Have you ever seen that like really horrible? I think it's like a Disney movie of this kid that like mistakenly like he creates this game or plays this game that controls the US government or something like that. So he like hacked the US government. It's just like a really crappy movie. It's like one of those like really like D level movies.
You're thinking of National Treasure starring Nick Cage, right?
No, Nick Cage is too good for that movie. You have to watch it.
This sounds good. We need to look this up. I was actually thinking about, because on the stream, I wanted to talk about this guy, my favorite YouTuber. His name is Faze Rug. And the reason I like Faze Rug is because he kind of seems like this Disney movie from the 90s called Blank Check, where a kid, it's every kid's dream, which is to have like, be a little kid, but have endless amounts of money. And the kid like does some, this kid does the genius thing of like financial fraud, I guess. He like writes a phony check and then just like buys a castle and all this stuff. And that's a good one.
I think Faze Rug does is it Damon videos or Dagom? That guy who does videos about life lessons?
No, it's way simpler than that. He's like that sounds like it might be useful. What Faze Rug does is he comes up with these pranks, I guess you could call them, but it's like,
oh no,
they're like pranks that like a little kid would come up with. Like he did this one, he did this probably his smartest prank, like the one we're gonna watch in this stream. He does this thing where he's like, I'm gonna do a crazy prank where I let the people behind me at McDonald's and the McDonald's drive-thru order for me. Oh my God, what a prank. But he got famous on YouTube because he, I thought it was funny. I actually laughed at this prank, but he tells his mom to go get his sweater out of the car, which first of all, like I don't know about your mom, Chip, but my mom would be like, something's already weird here. I'm not going to
100%.
I'm not going to be like my child's butler and go get his thing. But so he put like fake like oregano in a bag in his car. So his mom goes out there and she's like, what is this? This is drugs? You have a big problem. And and he catches it on a webcam and it's like, oh, that's pretty funny. And
yeah, my mom would be like triggered, dude.
Oh yeah.
If she saw doinks near my premises, she would not be a happy camper.
What's the biggest trouble you've ever gotten in with your mom?
Biggest trouble?
What'd you do?
Oh God.
Let's hear it.
This is actually like really messed up. I really deserve this one. So do you remember science fairs?
Yeah.
No.
You remember how like as a little kid, every kid had to do a stupid science fair project? So I've always been like a really lazy kid and I just left things last minute. And one time I left a science fair project so last minute that I was like, if I tell my mom that I like forgot that this was due this specific day, she's gonna like kill me. So I'm just going to keep making it seem like the science fair isn't coming up yet until we're done with the project, and then we'll just take the project to school and she'll never realize that this project has actually been due now. Like a day. And like the teacher had given me like an extension and stuff. And I was like a little kid. I like my mom was doing most of the work, and when she found out, let's just say it wasn't a good time.
So you created some deception. You created a deceptive.
Yeah, it's funny because I like my mom. I've always been like a really good kid. I don't do bad. I'm always like fearful. I don't know. I'm like a Hispanic kid. I'm just always fearful of the worst thing that could happen. Because like we just live in fear, even if we don't live in actual fear. Because my mom she's never hit me or anything. She's just like screamed at me, but I don't want her to scream at me.
Well, yeah.
Still, like as a 20-something-year-old, when I hear my mom say my full name, I'm like, oh shit. Like, if anybody on here is like just not an American kid, you know, just like like from another country, you know what I'm talking about. When like your parents say your full name, bro, you know your feet start quaking.
I remember, okay, I'm going to tell a little story here. I remember, so by the way, people are saying in the chat that Chippy's very wholesome, because that is very wholesome. That is very wholesome trouble to get into.
Yeah, I've never like snuck out or anything. I've always been too scared. Another thing that people have always asked me, have you ever taken like money from your parents? I'm like, hell no. I just went to my mom and said, look, Mom, I need $20 for Subway. Can I get $20? And she's like, fine.
You just asked her and she gave it to you. No need to steal. I remember there, like, speaking of like little kid, it seems like you're talking about like young kids getting in trouble. I remember the first time, honestly, I think this was the first time I ever first ever saw what like getting in trouble was like. And then second of all, that you could like lie your way out of trouble. Yeah. There was this kid, he was a very he was always had some angle, this kid. Even, I knew him all through high school too, and he was always like scheming on some angle. And I remember we were in like grade school and we were, throwing rocks at something. And these older kids come by, and it's me and this kid Matt and this girl Ashley. And the older kids go, hey, we saw you guys throwing those rocks. We're gonna have to take your names and give it to the principal. Yeah, we're gonna have to take your names down. So I'm like, oh no, okay, my name's Ryan. Here's my name. And then Ashley goes, my name's Ashley, and we're all somber and sad. And then we look at Matt, and he goes, my name's Joe. And I was like, oh, you could just lie about what your name is. And then they left, and that girl Ashley was like, okay, Joe. I was like, all right, you could just lie about stuff. I get it now.
Oh man. No, I've always been like a little wimp. I remember when I was like a kid, there was this girl. I remember she used to get there used to be like these parks, and she used to get on the tent. The parks were covered by these like plastic tents, and she used to climb it. And I remember one time, I was always like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna get on those tents. I'm not gonna get in trouble. And then one day, some neighbor that I guess really hated that girl called the cops. Well, it was the MPs, because I lived in a military base. Oh my god. And when the MPs were like, hey guys, come over here, basically in my head I'm like, okay, I'm going to jail. This is it. It's over. It's like guilty by association. And I started crying, and I was like, I can't do anything.
Oh man, did they throw you in the hole? Did they throw you in the hole?
No, man. They were like, they just like put fear on us, and then they were like, get out of here. And I just like ran home, and then my mom's like, why do you look like you were crying? And I'm like, they called the MPs on us.
Oh boy.
My mom's like, many times I told you.
So there you go. The MPs. That's a little scarier. You're getting into more serious territory.
Military police. Yeah, because it's like, it says military police, but they're just like any other co-op. But no, I want to say before you let me go, did you see that there are other single people on here?
Okay, wait, that's what I was going to talk to you about. Chippy. So anybody who's just listening to this, maybe you're new to the program. There's this young woman who calls in she goes by the name Chippy, and she's using the Discord, which we use to communicate with people on here. She's using the Discord as her own personal pervert zone. She's like hitting on people. She's trying to get some kind of a mate on here. And you're trying to get Blue Chew going.
You're kind of like a snotty faced bitch.
And what's going on with that? What are you saying to people? And also, you're doing this in real life too. You're on your college campus, giving everybody the business, right?
Well, I actually got like fully vaccinated, so I might start going to campus and putting it to action now that it's like safe. And sorry for saying vax. I got shot. Oh
boy. Now we're going to get flagged. Now this video is going to get flagged. Great. Thanks a lot.
Chippy got shot.
All right. Chippy got shot.
No. So, yeah, I mean, look, it's going fine. I have met some people on here, but most of them, you know what the problem is? A lot of these people on here, they're in those like open like relationships. And here's the thing, Chippy doesn't like to compete, okay? I want to be the only one for you. You know?
I see. Hold on one sec.
So like
Pian, are you there?
Yes.
Pian, are you hearing
Hello?
what's we've never done this before, but Pian, are you hearing what Chippy is saying?
If it was what we were talking about earlier, then okay, then I had a mute in the lobby because it was kind of being a crazy tornado of under influence. But anyway, yeah, the dating show, correct?
yes.
Yes.
The dating show. Chippy so far sounds like there's nobody that she really wants to get serious with because they're all like in some kind of polyamorous cult or something, right, Chippy?
Yeah, but
is
we
that
were
what-
talking about doing like a 1970s style with like the voice modulators. I can't see their faces. Hopefully
Yes.
one of them will be a serial killer and then I'll end up with like a TV show.
Hold on, let's bring
Have
somebody.
you heard of that serial killer?
Oh yeah.
by the
Oh
way?
yeah. But wait, hold on. Jack Wagon, are you there?
Hey, Jackie.
I'm absolutely here.
Jack Wagon.
I
Hello.
like his voice.
Are you the one you said you were married, but you would do a blind dating thing with Chippy? Is
That's
that you?
definitely not me.
Oh my God, what are you doing, RM?
Are you married, Jack?
No, I am not.
Are you interested in going on a date with Chippy?
Sure. Although I imagine my location is probably going to be something of a problem.
Where? What
It's
part?
okay.
You don't have to tell us exactly where, but what part of the world do you live in?
In the middle of red state America.
Chippy?
Ooh. So there's
Chip-
definitely some like Romeo and Juliet type of thing going on now.
What do you think of that, Jack? Are you're sort of
It sounds like she's calling me a Montague. That's what I think of that.
you're a little bit of
I
a
know.
Montague.
No, there's like something keeping us away from each other.
Would
That's what's happening.
would this be like
yeah,
the
it's millions and millions of hogs.
you live around a lot of
Exactly.
hogs? A lot of hogs
you know,
around.
that's-
Chippy, do you want to live on a farm if Jack could offer you that?
Is
Uh-oh.
it close to like some type of metro area at least, even if it's like an hour or two?
I am not on a farm to start with. I
Mm.
Good.
live in a red state, but I'm not on a farm. I'm within an hour
why
of
are you
about
so out
3
of
different
touch?
urban areas.
Okay, so there's just red state hogs all around, basically.
Yes, that's what I meant. Correct.
Okay.
Red hatters. Correct.
No, that's not as it.
Oh,
that-
bro.
So what do you? Maybe we can
I'll
find.
anime karate kick them into the atmosphere
So one thing, Jack.
just to get to Jack.
One thing that I think Chippy likes is anime. Do you like anime?
I do enjoy anime.
Oh,
Absolutely.
ding, 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 ding. Hey. We got. I think that this is basically a match. Do you guys agree?
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna kick out Chippy, but will you come back later? We'll do the dating game again. Okay.
Definitely. I love you and have a great stream.
Bye, Chippy.
Have a nice evening, Chippy.
All right, Chippy. I feel like that could be something there, Jack. What do you think?
I would hate to prejudge. I don't know. I would say that I'm a boomerish type, such as yourself, an aged
Oh,
viewer.
we're aged.
So,
I think Chippy might be one of the newly born. I think Chippy was just
Yes.
recently born. I think. So that's unfortunate, but I don't know. She did you hear the story she was saying about all the trouble she got into? She sounds a bit problematic.
Yes, it's somehow problematic, yet as was said previously, innocent and pure.
Wow. Well, Jack, what is going on with you tonight? I'm sorry to throw you right into that. I mistook is that if that's a word for you for another person who was being a little bit of a pervert about Chippy, and it's said he would go on a date with her despite being married. And you don't seem like that kind of guy already. I'll be honest.
That's not me. No.
Okay, very good. Well, what's going on with you?
Thank you for being honest.
What's going on with you tonight, and what do you got for us?
Well,
No.
I'm happy to have you back. I'm sure as I speak for everyone in saying such. I would say in regards to your video today, featuring a mustache that you've already gotten rid of, it seems.
True. Yes. Yes, I was looking a little ragged this morning.
Covering Adam Ace Corolla.
Yes.
And his conversation about how shame is something that people really feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe he was telling on himself. I don't know if you're aware that Adam Corolla, it was recently announced that he's going to be getting divorced.
Ooh.
And he went into a story about how you can call women all kinds of names, but then when you call them a bad mother, and they are, they really get mad. So I think he was telling us a little bit about the inner goings on at the Corolla mansion.
Oh no, he's working little snipes at his ex-wife into his streams. Oh no, that's where it gets a little sad.
I believe so.
That's where it gets a
Very
little sad. Well, I don't know.
But
yeah,
Adam Carolla's life is sad.
It's weird because I don't know if you agree with this, but like Adam Corolla, my take on him is he's like kind of a phony baloney. He's he's whatever. Who cares? But then he did the one thing that makes you want to make fun of him and be mean to him, which is to like just be an elitist puke,
Yes.
That's all. That's the only thing you have to stay away from, and he couldn't do it. He's like, I gotta make fun of these teachers. I gotta treat teachers like crap. It's like he couldn't help it.
I used to work a construction job, so I can say whatever the hell I want.
35 years ago, he worked construction, so now he can say whatever he wants.
Yes.
Well, look, even despite that he's a total barf and a bit of a lunatic and some kind of a fake wannabe red state guy. I hope that his marriage is okay. I hope maybe they work it out or something.
Yeah. Good luck to him. I whatever. Yeah. Good.
I don't wish him no harm. I just think he needs to get his shit together. That turd.
Correct.
Well,
wishing ill towards none, but whatever.
Jack
so
Wagon,
I do have. Yes. Sir, go ahead.
I was gonna ask you, do you have any treat recommendations or any art things that you want to talk about?
Yes, I do. So
let's hear it.
Firstly, let's say in regards to our right-wing grifters rogues gallery that we've talked about before, there are some amazing computer animation videos on YouTube right now by this Amon animation. I don't know if you've seen that. AAMON animation.
AAMON animation.
Yes.
Okay.
If you look at it's got kind of a body horror thing going, so it's not quite Cronenberg, I wouldn't say, but there's some elements of that to it. And he definitely rips Prager and the rest. He makes an Eldritch Prager. It's like horrifying.
Oh, I think I have seen it. Does he did a Tim Pool one where there's like a mouth on the head?
Yes, where he took the beanie off and there's another mouth on top. Yeah.
Very good. Let me ask you something, Jack. What's the best David Cronenberg movie?
Best David Cronenberg movie. I would say, well, oh goodness gracious.
How about I'll do 3?
Videodrome?
Video. I was gonna say that's pretty much. A lot of people would agree with that one. A lot of people would agree with Videodrome, and probably. Let me think. Probably James Wood's best movie too, right?
Is either that or John Carpenter's Vampires, one or the other.
Good point. Okay.
Clearly a joke.
Okay.
I have one other. I'll get off here real quick. I have one other recommendation. There was a mention of Shoegaze Corner weeks ago, but nobody ever came back to visit Shoegaze Corner.
Let's hear about it.
I've decided to show up at Shoegaze Corner for a second.
Let's hear it.
So the band is Catherine Wheel. They were classified as shoegaze from their first album called Ferment. It's a bit more atmospheric than some of their other stuff. I would say Catherine Wheel, as just a general band that people might not have heard about, is definitely worth checking out. But their first album is pretty shoegazy, in as far as it's got atmospheric guitar sounds and whatnot.
Do people consider? Yeah, I know Catherine Wheel is always comes up in the in talking about shoegaze. Is Cockatoo
Sword
Twins?
Driver Ride.
Yeah, exactly. Would Cockatoo Twins be considered shoegaze?
I'm not sure if Cocteau Twins would count as shoegaze or not.
That'll be the question for the for this thing. There's some other really good there's a pretty well-known local band called from where I live called Ringo Death Star. That's pretty good. But anyway, will be a question for this thing. Is Cockatoo Twins officially shoegaze or not? Well, do you have anything else you want to talk about, Jack Wagon, before you get kicked out of here?
No, I would just add that Catherine Wheel, the lead singer, his cousin is Bruce Dickinson, the lead singer of Iron Maiden. So both of these guys are frontmen for bands that were named after medieval torture devices, which is kind of an interesting factoid.
I like that. Very good. People are saying Cockatoo Twins is dream pop, and I agree with that. They're out of the take them out of the shoegaze. All right, Jack Wagon, I love you. Thank you so much for this good talk, and will you please come back?
Absolutely, sir. Flush away.
Jack Wagon and Chippy, to me, sound like what we call a good couple.
No.
Hopefully they don't end up like Adam Corolla and his wife, hating each other. You know what I mean? Just absolutely hating each other. Because, Adam Corolla is just telling you how you don't work hard enough. That's his approach to a relationship. He's just telling you how you don't work hard enough, and but he does nothing. YMS, are you there? YMS.
Hello. I had to clear my throat. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, coming in really phlegmy. YMS.
Coming right in my mouth.
Beautiful. Yes, that's what we want to hear. That gets people listening. Well,
hello.
YMS, are you the YMS?
Yes.
Wow. YMS.
Yes, I am. Hello.
We got a celebrity on the line, and
debatably.
Can you tell people what you're about, what you do, what people might know you for?
I make videos on the internet, talking about movies mostly. I do many different things. Music, podcasts, gaming. If I were to recommend a video, it would be my Kimba video. Just type the word Kimba in YouTube. It's one of the first ones that shows up. It's YMS Kimba the White Lion.
Very good. You are part of what we call the YouTube community. Would you call it that?
I mean, you're also a part of the YouTube community.
They let me on. They let us on.
Yeah.
We got past.
I'm the gatekeeper.
Oh God, yeah, I did. I remember I had to talk to you. I had to file all that paperwork with you, and I was like, oh my God, it's really like you got to go through a lot to get on YouTube. I didn't realize.
Are you a gamer?
Not really. Not really.
So is it too loaded of a term, or have you never played a video game?
I assume when you say gamer, that means that I use what they call gamer words also, and I officially
having gamer moments.
Having gamer moments. There's a compilation. What is it, like a meltdown compilation, and I'm in one of them. Just no. Yeah. But I have been. The problem is I do want to play games. I just don't take the time to do it. Like I downloaded Hades, which looks really good, and I've been wanting to play that for a long time, but I haven't even touched it. YMS, are you still
playing
there?
Games again.
Wait,
was
YMS.
dedicating.
YMS, I'm sorry, you dropped out. Start over.
I was in the same boat as you before, and the way that I wound up playing games again was I dedicated a day of my week towards doing it. But I also streamed it because I'm kind of a workaholic, and I justified it to myself by saying, okay, well, I'm still actually doing something. I'm being productive. I'm making content. So that was for a while I just didn't play video games because I was just like, well, this is a waste of time. I could be working on a movie review, but then I decided to fit it into my schedule basically.
This is a very serious problem that we have, this sort of workaholism, this sort of oh, I always need to be doing something productive or I'm a piece of garbage,
Yeah, I agree with you. There's pros and cons. In some ways, it's the reason why I'm successful, why I'm able to be self-employed. In other ways, it is kind of harmful. I'm actually recovering from tendonitis right now from overuse of mouse and keyboard. Yeah. So I'm. But you know what though? I feel like I'm at like a major milestone in my life. I just turned 30. We're coming out of a pandemic. That I can start to justify making some like different lifestyle decisions, different lifestyle choices. And I've kind of been moving in that way gradually also. Like I've hired a bunch of different editors to take care of some of the stuff that I don't necessarily have to do for my channel. So basically the long-term goal is continue having my channel making content, but me not having to do as much of the work to do it. And focus on other things like, I don't know, I want to make another album. I want to write some stuff. I want to make a short film. There's a billion things I want to do, but right now my schedule is just kind of packed. So
sounds like you got a lot going on. And wow, I have to say, I'm pretty impressed that you're delegated. You're like, someone else can edit these videos. I don't need to be doing that all the time. That's kind of interesting.
It's a tough decision to make, but for certain things, certain types of videos, it makes sense.
Okay. Are you
like my quickie review? It doesn't matter how familiar you are with my channel or anything, but go for it. Sorry.
Are you treating these people
Are you saying?
Are you treating these people like underlings? Are you saying get back to work, slave, and stuff like that?
No, you know what? It's all independent contract work. There's no contracts at all, basically, so I don't make them like sign anything.
Very good.
But they're contractors, I guess.
I'm gonna read a quick super chat.
I don't know if that's like kind of an oxymoron, but they can leave whenever they want. They can, have creative freedom, and they're not like tied to anything really. I pay them well. They can negotiate and whatnot,
YMS. I have to read a quick super chat, please.
Sure.
Please and thank you. It's for $10. Oh my God! Here we go. It just disappeared. Have you noticed the nonstop tech problems and sort of boomer moments that I have?
There's I actually discovered this the other day. If you go to your channel and then I think under so your channel dashboard and then click on monetization on the left and then click on supers and then you'll see the record of all of the super chats. So even the ones that disappeared, you'll see them.
Oh God!
So you can have
It's way too complicated. That what you just said is way
3 buttons.
Way too complicated. Way too.
I can say it again.
He said
it's your channel dashboard.
This super chat guy said, "It's me, Ken Bone. I might have been undecided in the 2016 election, but I'm definitely not undecided about what I'm definitely not undecided about is that we probably shouldn't keep this baby." Which I think he's quoting some stupid thing that I said in a video, which is, well, there you go. So that it sounds sounds like you think that reading that super chat wasn't quite worth it.
Oh, I don't care. You can do whatever you want. I'm not a nuisance. I don't think. My real name is Adam, and in your video today, you said, "Adam, I want you to go look in the mirror and say you're a pile of garbage or something." I don't remember what it was.
Did you do it? It was
a funny moment.
Did you? I
didn't fully commit. No, I thought about it. I visualized it.
Yeah.
I got in my special zone and I thought about it, but I didn't do it for real.
Oh boy. Well, I want to say everybody needs to go watch your content. Everybody needs to show you some respect.
Thank you.
Everybody needs to appreciate you, I would say.
Well, I appreciate you.
Well, YMS, do you have anything else to say, or should I flush you down the toilet?
I mean, I don't know. Do you believe in aliens? This is the Joe Rogan podcast now.
You know what? I've been reading that this might take it a little bit past the alien thing. I've been reading this book called The Ego Tunnel. Have you ever heard of this?
Mm-hmm. No.
This guy, he has a little short talk on YouTube. You can just type it in, The Ego Tunnel, and he'll talk about it. But basically what this book is about how we have, okay, we're going to get into real Joe Rogan territory, so I hope you're into this, but it'll come back around to the alien question. But what he says is basically like our consciousness is basically like you think of it as kind of a tunnel, right? There's like real reality is so complex and all this stuff that our brains have to feed us a little representation of reality that's kind of like simplified and help us survive.
Oh, there is no objective reality. It's all through a filter. It's through a lens, right?
Yes, exactly. But what this guy's asking is like, how come we can't observe the lens itself? We're looking through a lens where we're getting an interpretation of reality. Why can't we see the lens? Why do we just buy into this? Why do we just accept that this is true? Why can't we see the lens?
Because evolutionarily, we wouldn't survive as well if we could. We are a product of however many millions of years of evolution. If our human brains are designed, I don't use the word designed literally, but they are inevitably constructed, I guess, over time in a way that is just beneficial to our survival, right? We create understandings, we search for solutions to problems when perhaps maybe searching for a solution to certain problems isn't even necessary. People get hung up on the idea of like, what is the meaning of life? But perhaps even asking the question to begin with is already, not even something that is necessarily correct to do, right? But because we're in our own human perspective and, solving problems has led us in hunter-gatherer, whatever you want to call it, to survive and, pass on our genes, then inevitably we kind of have to be this way.
You just gave us too much to think about, and now my brain is in recovery mode or whatever. Now my head hurts. Now my head hurts. But another thing, ideas. Another thing that he talks about in this book too is this kind of brings up a problem with an idea of a self. Like, what is the self? Do we have a self? Probably not. Probably no.
I mean, everybody is performing a version of themselves, right?
I think so.
Like, I think everybody is an actor in their own play. Have you ever seen the film Synecdoche, New York? It's a movie that goes kind of deep into concepts of identity in very symbolic and metaphorical ways. I wouldn't say that you've watched it unless you've seen it twice. And I know from what I can gather, you like David Lynch films. And although I'm not the biggest David Lynch fan, I would call Synecdoche, New York in some ways kind of Lynchian, but it's less expressive of an emotion and more expressive of concepts, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like there's more concrete towards it, whereas like David Lynch films, it's more tone,
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
No, I think that does make sense. I think that does make sense. And I would say, I don't know if you've listened to the stream before, but that's Charlie Kaufman, I think, either directed or wrote and directed.
It was his directorial debut,
right?
And he wrote it as well.
And I had this really stupid joke that I did a long time that, Spike Lee calls his movie Joints a Spike Lee joint. I think Charlie Kaufman should call his movies cough drops. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Really smart.
Yeah.
Really smart comedy I do on this channel,
Yeah.
Well, look,
The best.
will you give David Lynch movies another try? That's my final question.
I will continue to give them try. I don't even think that he makes bad films. I just think that although I love and appreciate what he's doing creatively, they don't really connect with me on a narrative or intellectual level. So if what I've always thought about David Lynch is like, his biggest fans just love the tone a lot, right? And not to like, I guess, dismiss the love of David Lynch, but like the tone doesn't connect with me as much, but his movies are like mostly tone, right? They're mostly aesthetic, right?
Yeah, they're
and so if that doesn't like connect with you on like a very core level, then there's not really much you can do about it.
I think that's correct.
Yeah.
Well,
they're still good. I just not. Yeah.
I think also, to be honest, okay, this will be the last thing. People are saying to kick you off. This is what they do in the chat.
Oh,
by
sorry.
The way. People
Who's saying that?
People seem to love you in the chat. A lot of people are like, "Ooh, it's good." They saying like, "Ooh, it's popping off. It's going off. YMS is here." But then like the other half of people are like, "Get him out. Get this loser off," or whatever. But that's literally every person who I talk to for more than like 10 seconds. People start turning on them. Yeah, the chat this chat starts turning on them, and they're like thirsty for blood. Yeah, I'm gonna watch Synecdoche, New York, because it's a.
Please do, and let me know what you think.
All right,
watch it twice.
Come back and we'll talk about it. Okay, YMS.
Sure.
Thanks for talking to me. All right, bye. Good guy, YMS. Good guy, YMS. A lot of people now they say do not flush him. It was nothing but mean comments about YMS, and now suddenly they're like, why did you flush him? We were just calling him a nerd. A nerd. You guys, man. Get it together. Get it together, guys. Don't call people nerds. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, yeah, I did want to talk about Faze Rug. My favorite YouTuber, Faze Rug. These are some of the things we're going to talk about tonight, okay? Faze Rug. Okay? He's one of the most well-known and well-respected YouTubers. He's a kid who does pranks like, I emptied my friend's pool, or not even, he doesn't go that far. He's just like, I bought my friend a burrito that he doesn't like. Like, those are his pranks. It's like it's a prank that you would do if you just couldn't think of pranks. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a fancy toilet that I would like to buy. And then we're going to talk about the top 50 podcasts. Okay? Because we are listening. Because we are listening. Not good chat goblins. What are you guys talking about? Now they're just saying don't flush him. Unbelievable. Chat, get on board. Can we grow handlebar mustaches and wear bolo ties together? No, come on. All right, whatever. Optimus Prime Rib, are you there?
No.
Optimus Prime Rib, are you there?
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, are you there?
How are you, Optimus? What's going on?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Haven't talked to you in a while. How have you been? What's going on? What's going on with you?
I'm okay. How's Texas? Is it 100 degrees yet?
Oh, it's hot. It's hot, dude. It's hot, dude.
That's why I left. I'm in Colorado now. I got out of there.
Hey, Optimus, it's me, Greg. How are you? I don't know if you know, but I'm the co-host of the show.
Oh, go.
Oh, Greg, you want? Oh, Greg.
Oh boy, yeah, it's Greg. You want to talk? You want to talk to him, or do you want me to tell him that there's tech problems so he goes away?
I can bring in Cletus to talk to Greg. I think him and Greg would get along.
I could hear what you were saying about the tech issues. I appreciate that.
Oh my God, now he's gonna start a drama. This guy, Greg.
Oh goodness.
Let's just leave this out. All right. Anyway, Optimus Prime.
Yeah,
what's going on tonight with you? What do you have for us?
Oh, I have something pretty relevant to this whole community.
Let's hear it.
Something that our friend Ben Shapiro knows a lot about, and that's dryness.
Dryness. Oh my God. Let's hear about it. Let's hear it.
So I've been reading about, since I'm here in Colorado, I was like, well, what's going on? What's going on with our nature?
Mm-hmm.
And apparently the Colorado River is in a huge historic drought. That's what I've been reading about.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, I wonder, like, what's going to happen?
Okay.
Like, what are the consequences? And then I was like, well, what did COVID do? And so apparently a lot of utility companies, like, let's see what I got the numbers here. Let's see. The COVID-19 impact on drinking water utilities was a $14 billion loss. And then the same about maintaining sewer access was $17 billion on these utility companies. And so all these companies are losing billions and billions of dollars.
Okay.
On top of the drought that's already happening. And so the Colorado River, it starts in the mountains and goes all the way down. It serves even a few areas in Mexico. So it goes pretty far down.
Oh, yeah.
About 40 million people total. And so I was like, been reading about this, and this guy, Mark Harris, the general manager of the Grand Valley Water Users Association here in Grand Junction, Colorado, who the article described as a no-nonsense type, not given to hyperbole, said, "The crunch is here. We are in the woods. We are going to be in the woods forever." So everyone, like these people, they've been doing at the University of Arizona, they've been doing like tree ring studies.
Wait a second. Hold on. Wait.
Okay.
Optimus, back up. He said we're going to be in the woods forever?
Yes, and this is the one that they described as a no-nonsense type of guy, not given to hyperbole. And he's like, the crunch is here, and he's like, we're going to be in this forever, pretty much.
Oh my God! What is that? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean?
Exactly.
You guys are just living in a nonstop crisis or something?
Apparently so. And
good God.
Let's see, what else did he say? Yeah, and so there's a river called the Yampa River, which is a tributary to the Colorado. There were some junior users, so I guess like people that are newer to the area. They were told that they would not get their water allotments because they were not first priority. So the consequence of it is people will stop getting water, and there's different tiers of it. And apparently when it gets to tier 2, Lake Mead, which is the one that feeds the Hoover Dam, if it gets to 1,050 feet, the dam stops generating electricity altogether. And so so that happens. So it stops producing electricity. And then when it gets to, what did it say, like 900 feet or something, it becomes what's called a dead pool, which means that they can't even get the water out of the lake through the dam. So basically, it's just a dead body of water. So people don't get water.
So you might not be okay. You I don't know. Do you listen to this stream often? Have you listened to before?
Yeah.
Remember
pretty
that
much
guy?
every time.
There was a guest we had on the program. I consider him a guest. Who he did this thing called van life. Remember this guy?
Yeah.
And he told this story about how I might have heard him wrong, and whatever. I might have heard him wrong, but he said that to use the bathroom, he puts he puts
the poop in the river.
he puts his poop in a bag, and then he throws it in the town water supply. Do you think he's caused these problems?
I think the van lifers they're causing a big issue, apparently.
Okay, well, not to make a joke.
Van lifers.
I'm sorry. That's the first thing that popped into my head was to make a joke. About this.
No, it's pretty funny.
This is clearly not a joke. It sounds like the city that you live in might not have water soon.
Yeah, I mean, if it gets bad enough, it's going to be 40 million people in the country, not just here in Colorado.
Okay.
So who knows?
This is supposed to be a fun stream, and you're making it into the scary stream. The scariest stream.
I know. We had cool YouTube guy, your movie sucks, and then you have me, random guy, just bringing it real far down because we're all gonna die of dehydration.
Somebody says Tom Green is doing van life. Have you seen his? Tom Green's kind of coming back on YouTube. Have you seen that?
I don't know. I mean, I know who Tom Green is, but I know he's doing van life.
He's got a really cool setup where he lives in this by the way, Tom Green's home in LA or wherever he lives. Oh boy, he made a lot of money off of peeing his pants whatever he did on that thing. The thing that's weird about Tom Green, I started watching that a while back because I was like, I remember Tom Green. I used to love him. I still do love him, and he does like little music on his stream and stuff. But he has this dog. He adopted a dog, and he treats the dog like a child. And he's like, he'll talk to the dog like it's a child, and he buys all this expensive crap. He's like one of these guys who's only gonna feed his dog like $100 meat, you know? And I'm like, oh boy, Tommy's really losing it. Tommy's losing his mind.
Yeah, it's my fur baby.
Yeah, it's exactly.
So is van life gentrified now? Is that what happens?
I feel like
it's vagabondness, and we're like, hey, you can get an $800,000 Mercedes Sprinter van, make it your house.
Oh, it's gonna become a fancy thing, and then all the van spots are gonna be taken by the fancy vans.
Yeah, it's gonna be like we're gonna revert. Like homelessness will be like the new in, like all the van life people, and then we'll just put the current homeless people in homes.
I'm gonna say this is gonna sound a little insensitive, but there's this artist. I think I might have talked about it. He's I think he's Chinese, but he did this. He was a performance artist. He was actually one of the first people to do I don't know if you've seen this on YouTube, where it's somebody they'll shave their head and they'll let their hair grow out, but they'll take a snapshot every day for a year or whatever. Have you seen those?
Yeah,
so he's like basically
stuff like that.
He's basically the first person to do that. He did it in like the 80s or the 70s or something, but with a film camera. So he was about,
cool.
40 or 50 years ahead of the curve on that. But he did this thing where he was like, as a performance art, he said, I'm going to be homeless for a year. And I told this to a friend of mine, and they were like, well, that's kind of insensitive because he's not really homeless. He gets to go back to having a home at the end. And I was like, you know what? You're right. But that makes it actually, okay, here's the part it might be offensive. That actually makes being homeless sound kind of fun. Like, I kind of want to be homeless for a year. And then, at the end, I'm just like, oh, well, then I go back to my home. So that's a little offensive, but that's my true feelings, okay?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and slander you for saying that.
All right, Optimus, I hope your water supply does not, I hope our water supply does not end.
Yes. Yeah, I hope as well, All
right.
Let's keep, so maybe a little more incentive on people to do something about the climate, but it's America, so we'll see.
Oh, boy. All right, Optimus, I'll talk to you later.
All right, flush me, bye.
Bye. Oh, man. I hope it doesn't turn into that water world situation where we have to pee into a contraption, like the guy, like Kevin Costner. I was gonna call him the guy from JFK, like that guy from JFK, Kevin Costner. Remember he had to pee in that contraption that turned it into fresh water. We all have to drink our pee over and over again. Does RM like Stranger Things? Yeah, I did like it. I don't think I was as crazy about it as everybody else was. I think they did a good job with the soundtrack that they hired Survive to do it. I thought that was kind of cool. A lot of these, it's kind of weird. Like I think Steven Soderbergh does that too, where he'll either do the soundtrack himself or get somebody kind of cool to do the soundtrack. What I'm getting sick of is the Nolan thing of just like where it all sounds the same. We get it. You guys like that weird tuba honk or whatever that is. But come on, let's vary it up a little bit. Here where I live, the water got tainted a few years ago, and it swings between drinkable and not drinkable. Oh my God. That's in Brazil? Oh boy. Oh boy. You guys, the dude you guys elected, he's maybe not, seems like he might not worry too much about that. Seems like he's got other priorities. One more chat here. RM, the brothers that made that show are from a neighborhood that my best grew up in. Okay. That made Stranger Things. That's cool. Okay, whatever. Shenanigans.
Oh, hi, that's me.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Hi.
What up, What up, Shan? Can I call you Shanny?
You can call me Shannon. You can call me Shenanigans. You can call me Shen. Some people have been calling me that. I thought that was cute.
Shen. That is pretty cool. I like that. Well, Shenanigans. Well, you gotta get us out of this scary. We've gone down a scary path with this. Like we might not have drinking water. Can you please save the show?
Yeah, let's get some more water in that toilet bowl. I got a new job.
You got a new job?
Yes, I did. I'm going to be making $15 an hour. I'm going to be supporting workers.
Very good.
So I'm super excited. So
Shenanigans, congratulations. You sound excited. You sound like you might be doing something good. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
At the moment, though, I'm like finishing it out. You know, I'm finishing out my 2 weeks. They're like, well, you got to get started. And I was like, well, yeah, I'll get started. You know, and then the other people are like, well, could you not completely ruin the schedule? And I was like, yeah. You know, because it's so weird. I make $11 an hour, but like the boss there is the best boss that I've ever had. That group of people is amazing. They're very sweet. They're very smart.
Shenanigans. What part of the country are you in?
Iowa. So there's really not much out here. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of wasted talent. There's a lot of young people. If they can afford to get out of Dodge, they're getting out of Dodge, you know?
Right. Iowa. Okay, interesting.
It's like, why would you want to stay in a state that hates you? Like, I saw at certain points during the pandemic, like 75% of people walking in not wearing masks, and I have to, like, politely say, like, hey, could you please mask, please, not like endanger our community? I thought we were supposed to love our neighbors in Iowa. Hello?
Well, the problem is that it's freedom. Having to wear a mask is an infringement. You know what though? Like I was on a
getting sickness into other people is against freedom.
You know what though? I was wondering because I didn't really through the pandemic I didn't really wear a mask for very long periods of time. You know. And you know, I would just whatever. If I needed to go in somewhere, I would put it on. And I was I went on a trip a couple days ago, and I was wondering, like, okay, I'm gonna be having to wear my mask for like hours, you know. And I was like, oh, I wonder if that's gonna be hard. Not hard at all. Like wearing a mask is a nothing thing.
Oh yeah, like
to get upset and to get it worked up about wearing a mask is like being upset about having to wear shoes or something.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. And there was this one person who I can't forget her because when I walked up to her to give her a mask, you know, and I had worked it out because I've done canvassing stuff, you know, lots. So I'm like, oh, this will be great. I'll use that because the way it was set up, you know, we had a training on how to tell people to wear their masks. So that means if you do it wrong, the company doesn't have to have your back.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Like, okay, so we're gonna have to get creative. So I would say, oh, here's 2 masks. Here's one for your face and one for your car. Put in your glove box. And I act like it was an act of charity, just very direct, very upfront, eye contact, smile. You know, they can't see the smile, but they can see if it's real. And I made sure they were real because I was always happy when people wore their mask. But
I love how
it genuinely hurt my feelings that people were doing that because
it's sick.
Like,
it's sick. It's just it's the most
hurtful.
It's the most I don't give a crap about anybody but myself thing. Somebody in the chat, and this is always like I don't know if anybody out there or you Shenanigans has a kind of a
disillusionment.
If you ever get I don't know if you ever get self-conscious where sometimes you'll like
self-conscious.
I bet you do. I bet you have it. I bet a lot of people out there have it when you're just like you realize like, oh, someone's looking at me. But people in the chat will sometimes put stuff like this. This is a comment from Table for One. He says, "I can see."
Are you muted? Oh, I
no.
can hear you now. Sorry, you dropped out for a sec. You're good. You're good. No tech issues. We don't do that here.
Thank
not
God.
On this show.
Thank
I
Christ.
Never.
Thank Christ.
No,
There's
and
like...
I'm not self-conscious ever either.
So Table for One says, I can see his greasy claw on his mouse from the reflection in his glasses.
Excuse you me. You are talking about Mr. R.M. Brown, R. Mutt Brown, the beautiful, wonderful person who makes entertaining and persuasive content.
Oh, yeah.
Do not do him dirty like that. Do not.
I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better now.
I'll 1v1 you in a Denny's parking lot. Nothing good happens there.
Well, Shenanigans. I kind of, I do this a lot. I throw things off track. What's going on? Is there anything else you wanted to tell us tonight? Or did you just want to strut around showing off your new job that you're happy about?
No. I mean, I'm real happy about that. I'm also happy about getting some portraits mailed out and stuff. You know, I have a lot more goals, you know, because I'm actually like doing things other than going to work and sleeping and being very depressed, you know? So I'm like,
Right.
oh, shoot. Well, like, I still have to schedule the depression somewhere in there. So, like, well, maybe if I just, you know, but like, I think that's in a way, like, I'm joking, but in a way, that's kind of legitimate, you know? Like, you're
Yeah.
gonna have off days.
Yeah. There's something
Burn yourself
creepy.
out.
There's something creepy about people who are never down. You know what I mean? You gotta have some times when you're like, oh, I'm not feeling it. I'm feeling bad, and just be honest about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or even just like giving yourself the space to not burn yourself out. Or like, you know, for example, I went from being incredibly depressed, not very productive. I mean, my apartment was mostly clean and that was about it, you know. And I had a lot of these ideas, but I wasn't really realizing them anymore since I graduated art school. Like I would like for me sketching, I say that, but sketching is so natural that like I'm doing it all the time anyway. Like something in my heart and my soul just wants to do this very badly. But when I give it the attention it needs, I can make cool shit.
Yeah, totally. It takes time. Somebody, and again, shenanigans, you know about this, that the chat can be very brutal. And right now they're saying that you should smoke a doink. That's their prescription. What do you think of that?
Big old doinks.
Well, you know, I wish that my state recognized that as medicine.
Uh-huh.
So
they're saying smoke illegal doinks. What do you think of that?
My office has no comment on this matter.
Very good. Very good shenanigans.
But you know, we have those off weeks, but then what are the things that we do to supplement it? I was talking with Colin, the fella who has a guitar and sings really, really well. He's a super good writer too. He writes his own music. But yeah, I was talking to him about it and I was like, well, think back to a time when you actually finished some projects. Like what was, you know, or maybe it was Ergot, maybe. I don't know. But I've had this conversation with multiple people at this point.
Okay.
Where it's like, what made you finish? What made you do the thing that you said you were going to do? What made you do the follow through? And it's like two things, you know. And one of the things tends to change, but the other thing is friends, is like accountability with other people. And I think there's, and then the other thing so that's like the pro force. And then I think you can also run yourself into the ground though with shame, you know, like shame is not a particularly useful or creative emotion. Insecurity and fear, you know, these are more tenets of conservatism than anything else, you know. Like they aren't. Yeah, they're not pro-social.
Did you hear Adam Carolla's take on shame? What was he saying about shame today? What was he was like, oh, some people made in my mind, some people made a mistake. They're filled with shame. But
like,
I think you're right. There might be
a little bit there, Mr. Corolla. I didn't say Adam. You're welcome. Your movie sucks. Wait, that's Adam also.
Yeah, that's an Adam right there. But I think you're right.
By their names.
I think there's some projection going on there. Shame.
Yeah.
One person I don't think should have any shame. It's shenanigans. Shenanigans. It sounds like you're doing well, and it sounds like, you know, being an artist is hard when you got to pay the bills and you got to work and all this stuff. It's like
but when we have each other, it's a lot easier.
Totally. You need accountability, and also, I don't know. To be honest,
you need community.
You need community. And I think one more thing is habit. Like if you start doing something and you
have to build it.
Yeah. Habit, and I think like having people
every day
around,
it's a
like
easier.
Yeah, having people around helps you stay in it, I think too.
You know BoJack Horseman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the monkey that runs the same track every day. He's in the background of every episode.
I've seen it maybe twice this show. So probably not.
So there's this monkey who blah 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 runs around and he's running around every episode. And BoJack decides, well, I'm gonna run. And he isn't super good at it right away. And it's easy for him to give up on himself when, and I think this is especially true for like people who were like really like, you're the gifted youth program, like, but you think, oh, if I'm not good at it right away. But yeah, so he falls over because he tries to run himself too far and winds up burning himself out completely. And then this guy is like over him, and I think he gives him water or something too. And he says, it gets easier every day.
Well,
but the hard part is doing it every day.
Well, Shenanigans, you know how the chat works, and somebody says OSXS says dirty artists get a job. So sorry.
Well, I do have one.
Yeah, hey.
Beyond being an artist, which is a legitimate like labor.
It's a job. It's a job.
I mean, it's unpaid labor, but it's labor. It counts.
That's
why you got to give it attention. It matters.
Exactly.
It's a thing that matters. Darn it.
Exactly. All right, Shenanigans. I'm gonna have to flush you, but I will talk to you.
It was nice talking to you.
I'll talk to you soon, okay, Shenanigans?
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
You too. Shenanigans. You gotta love Shenanigans because Shenanigans is always trying to better herself, and is a very serious artist, and we love to see that. We love to see it. Should we watch the oh, and also I can't remember who brought up Shoegaze Corner. If anybody wants to name a shoegaze band, and by the way, I was like, well, let me look up. Maybe there's some shoegaze bands I didn't consider. Definitely a lot of these lists online. A lot of these they put like Mazzy Star as one. I don't know about that. Okay. Let's talk to Fisher. Fisher?
What? No.
Hi.
Is this really happening?
Hi.
Fisher,
oh my god.
hi.
Is this Ronald Greasy Claw Brown?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Yo! What is it?
What up, homie?
What up, homie?
What's up,
man?
Fisher, how are you?
I just got moved in to my parents' house. I'm moving back into my parents' house for the summer, going to school in the fall.
Oh.
Life is looking up right now.
Are you going to be able to make this? Are you going to be able to make living with your parents work? Or are they going to drive you nuts?
I had some worries. I thought that they were going to drive me nuts, but what's really driving me nuts is something else.
What?
And it's driving me nuts. So I'm finishing out high school, right?
Oh my god! Wait, how old are you?
I'm 18. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
I am 18. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
You're in high school. You're in high school.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
Okay, let me ask one more question. Is anybody giving you a hard time in high school? Do we have to does the muscular class have to show up and shove anybody into a locker?
There's not a lot of locker shoving going on.
Okay, good.
But I wish there would be.
You wish there would be. You want to see more violence in your school?
No.
Oh boy.
I just get frustrated. Okay, this is what the thing is.
Okay.
So I got a parking pass for my car, so I park in the parking lot. Nice. I'm walking to school, and every morning I see these stickers on the backs of trucks, and I wanted your opinion, and I just wanted to discuss these.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So like Blue Lives Matter stickers?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Well, now, at least where I live, they have Blue Lives Matter stickers, Red Lives Matter stickers, and Green Lives Matter stickers. And if you see the evolved form, it'll have blue, red, and green all at once. And I looked it up on Amazon. It says it's supposed to represent support for, what was it? Police, firefighters, and the military. And look, I'm all for supporting police, firefighters, and the military. I think the socialist institutions that we have in the United States benefit us all.
Oh boy.
I just think it's interesting that Blue Lives Matter, Red Lives Matter, and Green Lives Matter, but Black Lives Matter? Oh. No. Black Lives Matter? Oh, no. No, it's blue, red, green. Blue, red.
Blue.
And you know those lives. Yes.
Well, I think yeah. You look where I live. Luckily, I'm not. Every once in a while, I'll see like a Blue Lives Matter thing or something, and yeah, I think you're right. I think that's the undercurrent that they're giving off is that they're like, no, we don't want to talk about that. But then somebody says, why green for the military? Why do they pick green? I don't know, because the camo or something.
Yeah, bro, camo.
All right.
Okay. I don't know. I just it's like obviously okay. What's really going on is like these were made in response to the Black Lives Matter movement.
Mm-hmm.
So in that way, there's an implied conflict there.
Mm-hmm.
But also, the deeper layers is I live in the Portland area. I live just barely outside of the Portland area. So my town is like very, very strictly divided blue and red. Like I'm right at the precipice where you start to get to the Eastern Oregon redness or the Portland blue. So yeah, these stickers, it's just so interesting because people, it's like, hey, your sticker, my sticker, right? Hey,
what's
your sticker, my.
What are the people who are not like Blue Lives Matter types? In that part of the country, like, what are they like? What are they into? Are they like, like Kamala Harris fans, or are they watching MSNBC? Like, well, what are these people like?
Yeah, generally they're like old wine people because where I live is really like fertile ground for wine. So they're pretty much just like, they watch MSNBC and sip mimosas and then like go on wine tastings. I don't know. They're generally like politically apathetic at this point. I think they didn't get what they wanted with Biden, and then they were just kind of like, "Oh, glad it's not Trump." I don't know.
Yeah, they're just like liberals. They're just sort of like anti-Trump liberal types.
Yeah, basically, and they're into wine, and they're old. Not that there's anything wrong with that. They just think slower.
Well, you're really trashing your townspeople.
No,
and you will be reported. I am gonna tell the principal on you.
No, please.
All right, okay, we'll let it slide. But well, so you're excited to be leaving high school, right?
Yeah, I mean, I started out talking. I said I moved back into my parents' house. I actually had moved out to an apartment with my brother. So, I mean, I feel very prepared for dorm life. I kind of like I've held a job for a little while now. I'm finishing out high school. School's always been relatively easy for me, so I guess I'm just lucky in that way.
Okay.
But yeah, looking forward to my liberal arts education.
Did you hear the plight of Chippy? Did you hear any of Chippy's story?
Chippy? No? Who's Chippy? Is he okay?
Chippy's one of the callers. Chippy's one of the characters on this program.
Okay.
And it's a young lady, and she's in college now, and she is trying to figure out how to like meet a romantic partner in college. Do you think that you're gonna have an easy time with that or a hard time in socially in college?
I'm extremely lucky. I'm pretty sure I hit the nail on the head in terms of my love life. I've been dating the same person for like over 2 years.
Oh boy.
And my college is only 30 minutes away from where she'd be living.
Oh.
So like I'm sorry, I'm not an eligible bachelor. Chippy, you sound nice. But I cannot. I mean, we could go on a date, but it would be like a Discord date, and I'd dump you at the end of it.
Oh.
I would pay for dinner though.
I'm gonna have to flush you because if your girlfriend hears this, she's gonna be very pissed off. All right, Fisher. Well, look, right. I gotta let you go, but will you come back soon?
Yeah.
Yeah. And tell us about what it's like living with your parents, and then you could tell us about college life.
Yes. Can I just say one thing?
Yes.
I really appreciate your program. I'm thinking of pursuing like a media arts kind of thing, like doing radio. And
Ooh.
the way you do your program is like I think it's gonna be very influential. I'm kind of
Aw.
putting out my feelers for like podcasts and like different kind of radio things I like. And
Oh.
you came up on my radar, and I just want to say you do a great job.
Oh, thanks.
I really
Thanks.
enjoy your channel, even though you're old and you think slow.
Thanks, Fish. Well, come back soon, and I will talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good guy, young guy. He's fetal, but very nice guy. A lot of people. Why are people in the chat just writing F? You give that guy an F? So now, instead of even writing full words and against people who get on the Discord, now we're just putting one letter. F. F. They suck. Kill him. Publicly torture this person. Let's see what the chat has to say. Let's see what else the chat has to say. People saying nice things. F is for flush. Okay, so it's table for one is really giving me a hard time. But so instead of writing flush, it's just an F. F. Okay. You know what? I actually kind of like this. If somebody needs to get flushed, then I need to see like a series of Fs. And then I can say, hey, look, the chat says, and then I don't have to really feel bad about it. G.I. Joker?
Yes, go for Joker.
Hey, what's up, Joe? What up, Joe?
Hey, how you doing? RM?
Hey, what's up, man? This is me, Greg. I am the co-host of the show. Do you have any questions for me, or?
Oh God.
Listen here, Browntown. I'm here to save your content. All right.
Yes, please.
All right. So, I have a game show for you. All right.
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
All right. It's called Grifter Gold.
Okay.
All right.
I like it so far.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So you have to pick if the person's doing a grift, or if you think they're gold. Do you think they're actually being sincere?
Oh, grift or gold. Okay. Would this be like YouTubers, or would this be like people who get on the Discord?
This could be anything. We could be talking about anything. So we could be talking about like,
grift or gold.
Yeah. We'll sign your contract later for this, of course.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're gonna start with this. I'm gonna save this show. Get Skippy a date. We'll fix all these things. All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right. Your favorite gal, very special gal. Her name is Candy Owens.
Yes, Candy
Grift
Owens.
or gold?
Oof. Grift or gold for Candy Owens. Good question. Because I kind of feel like she's partly gold. You know what? I'm gonna go not obvious and say gold, because I think she's just she's gone so far with the grift that it's gold.
I can see that. I can see that for sure.
I go gold on her.
Okay. All right. That's a good one. I'll give you that. All right. Here's a guy we're pulling his dregs out of the ground. We're gonna soil this man, to soil his dipes.
Yes.
That he got buried with.
Yes.
Rush Limbaugh.
Gold. He's gold, definitely. He's gold because
Okay, yeah.
I don't think that he ever, like, I never got the sort of who's like a real grifter. Like, I never got Ben Shapiro vibes from
Oh, you think Ben's a grifter?
I would say that that you can kind of like feel the grift immediately with Ben Shapiro most of the time. But or like
I was gonna say Dave Rubin, definitely.
Oh, there we go. I don't get any.
You're knocking out all my questions, RM. Thanks. Thanks,
Okay,
Browntown.
so I go grift on Dave Rubin, but do you get any Dave Rubin vibes off of a guy like Rush Limbaugh? I think Rush Limbaugh was just like a kind of an old creep who just was like publicly creepy.
I have two scenarios where I think that. One is the Florida situation where that hurricane, where he was telling his audience that it was all like a sham, and whatever he says. I don't know. He says like dumb stuff. But
Yeah.
like you like an Antifa Black Lives Matter hoax or something. I don't know.
Right.
And and he got caught fleeing the state in like a whatchamacallit. The people like filmed him like leaving the state, kind of like a Cancun cruise kind of scenario. Like in the middle of like the biggest hurricane that's ever rocked Florida, mind you. So I think there's like a little bit of that, but I think you're right. I think he is gold. Absolutely.
Somebody says Brianna. Okay, Brianna Joy Gray. I don't know what's going on in the chat. They're saying Brianna Joy Grift or Grift Cedar. Do you think either one of those people is a grifter?
I don't know.
I don't get grift vibes off of either one of them. I think they seem pretty sincere to me.
All right, Brownsville.
All right,
I got another one for you.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
He is famous for being on a show with a guy, Adam Corolla. Do you think grifter gold?
I think he believes what he's saying. I think he believes
So gold?
So I say gold. Yeah, gold.
Okay. All right. I actually had to genuinely look this guy up because I had no idea who this guy was. I'm like very young, and I never watched the men club or whatever he was part of.
Okay.
Which is so wacky to me because like Jimmy Kimmel seems like such a posh, like polite guy on his late night show. Like he's like, oh, women, I don't touch them. But then like you see like promotional stuff for the dudes club, and he's like grabbing that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he also technically, I don't think people really care that much about, but he technically did blackface on that show when he would dress up like Karl Malone. But
did Corolla do it?
No, Jimmy Kimmel did it. But I don't know that anybody really is holding him to that or like cares or is gonna like get canceled or anything because like everybody knew it then and I don't know, whatever. I like it's one of those things where it's like you're like technically I guess that's kind of messed up, but yeah, what are we gonna do? Like, oh, Jimmy Kimmel, he's like a malicious, like nobody cares.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I care. I care.
Wait,
I care, and that guy from the Daily News show or whatever cares. You know what I'm talking about?
The Daily News show.
Oh God, what's his name? Ethan something or other.
Oh, Ethan Klein.
No. Daily. Hold up. Oh crap! I watched this guy before I watched you.
Wait, can I ask you? You didn't know who Adam Corolla was?
Before your show, no, not at all.
Wow.
I know. I was pure for one moment, and then you popped that cherry, Brownsville.
All right. Well, G.I. Joker. I should flush you, but you want to come back some other time?
Hell yeah, brother! I got more grifts for you, dude. We could definitely pound some stuff out, get some grifts going, get you more likes and subs and all that fun stuff, you know.
All right, cool. We'll make this a regular thing. I'll talk to you soon.
Hell yeah, brother. We're gonna play Grifter Gold later on. All right.
All right. Love you.
See ya.
Bye. Pretty good guy. Seems like a pretty energetic guy. Jimmy Kimmel is painfully unfunny. You know, I don't know what's going on that Jimmy Kimmel show. Like, I've said this before, like, you know, I mean, I guess there was an episode of that Jimmy Kimmel thing where, like, Matt Damon came out and he was, like, inside of whatever the dude's, Batman, Ben Affleck. He was, like, inside of his coat or something. Like, some of that stuff's funny, but I've said this before. Like, just copy what David Letterman did. Like, that's what these shows are supposed to be. They're just supposed to be idiotic, you know? Idiotic in a fun way. Like, will it float? Will it float? Like, find a guy at a deli and, like, talk to him. Like, do that. None of this, like, you know, let's interview George W. Bush now in a polite way and, you know, let's bring that guy back. Unbelievable. All right. We're going to talk to one more person, then we're going to get serious. Chewed up, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Chewed up.
Yes, me.
Yes, I can hear
Schwan.
you. What up,
Oh my
Schwan?
God, Greg! Greg, it's so nice to hear your voice.
Man, what up? How are you? What's going on, bro?
Dude, I just finished. I'm about to finish my first year of college. Technically done.
You're lying, dude. You're lying.
Yeah, dude. Pretty excited.
You
I
party? You
have
doing
somebody
keg stands? You doing keg stands, bro?
Nah, I'm living with my parents. I'm doing community commie college.
You could get one, but you get the mom on one side and the dad on the other side to hold you up to do those keg stands, bro.
Yeah,
well,
true.
God.
I'm gonna do it with the boomers.
I'm sorry that he just said he's Greg's a problematic guy, you know?
He's very problematic. How much longer is he on the lease?
He lives in the same apartment that I do somehow. Like he was just here.
Oh.
I don't know.
We have a real Kramer.
I don't know if you've seen those settler videos, you know?
Oh no, he's that bad?
He's doing that. He's doing that stuff.
Oh man.
He actually said, if I don't just live here, someone else will. And in this case, it doesn't even make any sense. He's just illegally squatting in my apartment. And he says that he's here past, he's just gonna, like, as long as I live here, he'll be here. And then he says he transfers. He transfers to the next, resident.
What did the tenant say?
You know what? I think his parents own the building or something, because he seems immune to when the cops come. He just kind of talks to them and then they go away. It's a very tough situation.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I have somebody who might be able to talk to him though.
All right.
He wanted to come on.
Let's better be good.
Hey, Davey.
Hey, RM, how are ya?
Oh my God, is that Davey Paxton?
It's me. I'm feeling a lot better. And I came on, that night I escaped. I was just hulking about. You can tell my voice hasn't come down.
Oh my God.
I wanted to apologize, RM Brown. I have found God, and I'm feeling good. Actually, I wanted to recommend God is Not Dead 1, 2, and 3. Amazing films. Changed my perspective on life.
Wow. Is that those are the Ben Stein movies? Oh no, that's the Ben Stein does the ones where it's he says schools aren't allowed to teach Christianity stuff.
It's amazing.
Wow. Okay, so you found religion, David Pakman. David Pakman on the line.
They might bring me back, at least to introduce a successor. And I'm gonna start the Davy Paxton cooking show experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
David, you do seem like that kind of guy who could start a cooking channel. What are you gonna cook? Like little fancy foods?
So my thing is, do more with mayonnaise. You can do so much with mayonnaise, like sandwiches, egg sandwiches.
So your cooking channel is just gonna be making like an egg salad sandwich with mayonnaise on it.
It's my niche.
Okay. All right.
And mayonnaise on choux pate. Crunchy.
David, you know what? It sounds like your things are getting better for you, because a couple times you've been on this channel. Sounds like you're really losing it. But
I'm feeling good.
All right.
I'm feeling good.
Okay, your voice sounds weird, but I'll talk to you later, okay?
Bye, Arm Brown. Let's be friends.
Bye. David Pakman stopped by. Wow. It's weird because you never get that image of him on his actual channel. He always seems kind of buttoned up and sort of, like he doesn't really let loose that much. Then he comes on this channel and it's just the only way to describe it is Cronenbergian. You know what I mean? Guys, let's take a quick look. Before we take more calls from people. Are they considered calls on Discord? Probably not, right? That's what a boomer who, hey, it's the 1950s radio. I guess we should look at this beautiful... let's look at this beautiful toilet. So we talk, because of our maturity level on this channel, we talk about toilets a lot. And I was kind of curious, like, toilets haven't evolved that much. Like, where's the cool, weird toilets? And there's not a lot of them, but there is one. It's called the Kohler Connect. Oh, no, the Numi. Numi. And it's sort of like a little bit of a fancy. It's like the type of toilet you would see at, like, a W hotel or something. Like, it's kind of boring, but it looks maybe slightly expensive. So here we go.
Bringing that technology to the market. What's special and even more advanced about Numi 2.0 is the embedded power of Alexa. So you're able to access your playlist. You're able to add things.
Oh, thank God. Thank God this toilet can connect to Alexa. Hey, Alexa, I'm taking a poop right now. Okay? And then she's like, boop, boop, I didn't understand.
To your shopping list. You're also able to have toileting commands through Amazon Alexa, like flush my toilet or start my heated seat, to really personalize that experience and access Alexa in a different way in the bathroom through the toilet or many of the other products that we have here at Kohler through the Kohler Connect app here at CES.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. This technology's really, it's being used in the correct way. I need to be... I can't put my dirty little claw on a on the thing just to push it down. I need to ask Alexa to do it. Somebody asked, does it come with a webcam? I hope so.
It's pretty cool.
Each one comes with an installed webcam that feeds your information directly to right into Amazon. Puts your information right in there. What do you mean? Wait, what information? It's a webcam. What do you mean information? Don't worry about it. Just get it.
It's like you can do your meetings, and I mean, you can maximize your time while you're on the toilet, basically.
Yeah, you can almost check your calendar, use case scenario. When I am testing this back at home in Kohler, when I'm getting ready in the morning, I like to save some time. I listen to the podcast while I'm in the shower. I check the traffic to and from Milwaukee to Kohler to make sure I'm getting on the road at the right time. And I check my schedule for the day, understand what time my meeting starts. Do I have anything after work going on? Just another way to multitask through connected technologies that we're incorporating into the smart home devices through the bathroom here at Kohler.
So,
I gotta say though, it does look good. Does it look good? I don't know. It looks pretty cool. I'm just like, also, I'm a pretty busy guy. I think I do need to do a lot of my planning, not on the toilet, but through the toilet. Okay? Ernesto, are you there?
Ernesto, are you there tonight? Get on the Discord, ask us questions. Would you use this toilet? Would you use this toilet, Ernesto?
The song's called Would You Use This Toilet, Ernesto? I'm gonna upload it to SoundCloud.
Toilet, Ernesto, would you use this toilet tonight? I'm planning my trip, I'm planning my day to fireworks through a toilet. Does Jeff Bezos have my information? I don't think the people at Amazon have enough of my info, so I need to connect to my toilet.
So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good song, and we got to get that on SoundCloud as soon as possible. Ernesto, are you there? Still not there. Okay, fine. Fine, Ernesto. I didn't really even want to talk to you. Somebody called him Ernesto P. Worrell. Ernesto P. Worrell. If anybody, let's see. I can't read your name. Are you there?
Hello. Yes.
Hi. Hi, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
How do you pronounce your name?
Dollenganger. It's the last name of a singer.
Ooh, Dollenganger. I like it. I like it very much.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? Do you think we need to have... Look, honestly, toilets are getting a little bit boring, right? Like, don't we need don't we need cooler toilets?
We do. Yeah, definitely.
Why people are already giving you an F? What is that about? Already the flush?
You can give me the flush. I don't know who you are.
Well, you never will if we flush that fast. Why don't you tell me really quick, Dollenganger, what's going on with you? Do you have something interesting or cool to share with people? The massive amount of people watching tonight.
I don't.
No.
Sorry, you can definitely flush me.
How about this? Look, I'll flush you in 1 second, but what would if you had to you had your say to change the very nature of toilets, what would you do? Would it be just like a flat, like the ground would be flat and it just kind of maybe a hole opens, or what would you do?
I would want some sort of camera.
Ooh.
Preferably like in the bowl, maybe pointing upwards.
Oh, yeah.
Just to kind of, see what's going on.
Maybe it could be like a live CCTV thing and it could feed into like other parts of the house. So it'll just automatically come on. Somebody's like they're making food and just like in the kitchen that, the monitor flickers on and they could see.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, Dollenganger. I will talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Dollenganger. Dollenganger's just like, I don't know who you are. And then immediately gets Fs. Unbelievable. Let's watch a little bit more of this toilet video. What do you guys think of this? Like, just from a visual point of view, I think it's kind of cool. Like this weird triangle.
So compared with the Numi and the Numi 2.0, what's the big difference with the Numi 2.0?
All right, so the 2.0, the ambient lighting technology has been improved. It's a wraparound lighting experience versus the static colors that we have today. So a little bit more immersive, a little bit more advanced technology of that lighting side panel to really bring it full steam to what you expect out of a product here in 2019. The second biggest addition to it is its sound quality and that speaker performance.
Better sound quality. I look at my toilet, I'm like, the sound quality on this thing. The sound quality on this thing is unacceptable. Saint Schwartz awakens. I look at my...
Yes.
Hey, what's up, man? What up, dude?
Hey, what's up, man?
I don't want to get started with the Greg stuff. How are you, Saint?
I am good, and I am really happy to be talking to you right now.
Yes, I'm happy to be talking to you. You sound like a nice person. You got a good voice. You're coming in with a lot of energy. How are you? Well, whatever. I already asked you that, but what do you got for us tonight? Anything interesting, exciting, or what's going on?
You know what? I just want to tell you that I love this community. I love your Discord community. Like, I came here and, I was really welcomed by so many people here, like, shenanigans and, there's so many people, like, just kind of welcome me into the community. And then I go out and I get attacked by a whole bunch of fascists while I'm out. And then when I'm done, I come back here in order to get reset.
Where do you live? Do you live in some small town, or what's going on here?
Oh no, I'm in a big town. I'm in a big town in Ohio.
Oh, okay. But there's sort of a lot of people with questionable views on the world.
Yeah, well, I'm just talking about it in Discord, right?
Oh,
I go poking out.
You know what? It's weird because I'm an old boomer, a decrepit boomer, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try. This was like during the pandemic. I was like, I'm going to check out Discord. What's going on in Discord? Could talk to people. It is like, it's basically everywhere else on Discord is basically where like angry like 18-year-old guys who are their choices are like, I could be a school shooter or I could go on Discord, and that seems like that seems like 90% of Discord.
I know. I don't understand what is happening right now. Like I keep thinking, because I'm old too, and I'm like, well, these young people, they're the next generation. They're going to come up and they're going to fix all the crap that we did wrong. And I'm looking out, and some of them are just as bad. They're worse. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? What is about to happen here? So, I mean, that's what.
Let me read a quick chat. This is from Ryan Carroll. Ryan Carroll been writing some good stuff in the chat. He says, Inland Empire is a singularly strange movie. Eraserhead doesn't freak me out as much. Really? Because for most people, Eraserhead is like whoa, they're like, oh, yikes. That'll filter out a lot of people. Maybe get on, Ryan Carroll, and you can talk about why you think this way about Inland Empire. Because Inland Empire is sort of more of a, it's more of the unscripted one. But anyway, sorry, Saint. So you think you found a little bit more of a little bit less of a disgusting part of Discord here?
Yes, I have found, and I listen to you like. You crack me up. Like, the first thing about you that I loved and that like hits me right in my heart is how awesome it is that you mispronounce everybody's name. That's the coolest. That is one of the coolest things. And then all of your observations about how stupid they are is like the next thing. And so when I go out in the afternoons in order to, because I work from home during the day, and then I'll go out and catch a walk, and you're always what I listen to whenever I go out and catch a walk. Because you drop your segment right around the time that I'm about to go out for a walk, and I listen to it almost every day.
Oh, you go on a walk? You take a nice walk every day?
Yeah, I take my doggo, right? I take my dog with me.
What kind of dog?
Go out for a walk.
What kind of dog we talking here?
A little blonde Labradoodle.
Very nice.
And she's super smart, man. And I probably could put some headphones on her, and she could probably listen to your segment too, and get it. So, but you're the greatest, man.
Somebody says you're a cutie patootie in the chat. Have you this? You know, you should feel really flattered by that, because you hear how they treat people in the chat. They F. They don't even write full words to trash people. They just F. But for you, they say you're a cutie, so I would take that as a high compliment. But
I take anything as a compliment when somebody's not calling me the N-word in the other in the other Discord.
That's what the Discord truly is, a sewer. Like people always joke about it, but it is like, I gave up on it a long time ago. I was like, oh, this, because if you're naive, you have this thought of like, oh, it's people talking, discussing ideas. And then you get in there and it's just like lunatics letting their inner demons loose, all through their microphones. But, well, Saint, I'm glad that you found this. I hope you stay around because you're cool. And also you have a really cool, visual setup. So everybody check that out too. Do you have a YouTube channel or anything?
Not yet, but I'm looking at you for inspiration. So I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna get there as soon as I can. But I just totally dig listening to your channel and hanging out with the people here. Like, I can see shenanigans on the chat right now talking about me.
Hell
and
yeah.
I've talked to so many people, and I really do enjoy this community, and I think it's a good thing. I think you got a good thing going on. So keep on rocking it.
Too kind. Thank you so much. And get that when your YouTube channel makes it and you're on the trending and all this, and you've gotten way more views than I have, just please have me on the show, okay?
Likewise.
All right. Bye, Saint. Love ya.
All right.
We had a very cool camera setup. Woo, love the shout out. I need to rewatch Inland Empire. I just saw Eraserhead with some friends last year, and they shut it off 2/3 of the way through, even though we just watched Jacob's Ladder. Jacob's Ladder. Did you guys like Jacob's Ladder? Let's hear about it. Give us the review. Put it on your, what is that thing, letterbox, where people write their little reviews? Do a letterbox and then send me a link to it. Oh boy. The other thing I wanted to talk about is, of course, the greatest YouTuber of all time, Faze Rug. Let's watch this. This has 2.8 million views in 4 days, and it's we let the person in front of us decide what we eat for 24 hours. So, like, this is, I guess, supposed to be like a prank video or whatever. Here's what happens. Here's the shocking thing. This guy with unlimited resources and money. Here's the shocking way that this prank plays out.
$100. It's definitely not. We are gonna pay for the food right now. Ooh. Hi, please don't repeat the order. I want it to be a surprise.
Okay, so we're harassing McDonald's employees. But so the thing is, like, I'm gonna let the person in front of me order my McDonald's meal.
Yeah, just the total. The total was $14.94.
Shocking amount of money to pay at McDonald's.
That sounds like more than one meal. I think we're gonna be eating good, except if it's a fish fillet. Please, no. Okay, so we got a soda. Don't like soda. Okay, we got the bag right here. Got it. Bag secured.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Doesn't smell like fish. Don't look.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Already.
Wait, I have to park. Okay, the moment of truth. 1 large fries.
Yum.
I love McDonald's fries. Top tier. Another.
So just to make this, just to kind of speed this up, they got fries and like a burger and a Coke. I'm gonna let the person in front of me order whatever I want, whatever they want. Whoa, fries, a Coke, and a burger, $14.95. And then sadly, this happened.
Kaylin and I are no longer together, and I know it might shock a lot of people because Kaylin's like a huge part.
Oh boy. I hope it wasn't because of she got a McDonald's order she didn't want. But anyway, hope it works out for Faze Rug. I hope you find a new girlfriend or whatever is going on here. Got to give it up for one of the YouTube gods. All praises due and respect to the guy who gets 40 million views every time he uploads. Jazz Nafik, are you there?
Yeah.
What up, Jazz Nafik? How are you? What's going on tonight?
Nothing much. I'm studying for the bar exam like a loser.
Oh, what are you gonna do? You gonna do some objecting to things and stuff?
Yes. Yeah, ideally.
Can we hear you say how you're going to act in court? Give us some examples. Give us an example.
You see here, as just a simple Southern lawyer, I must say to Your Honor, this is objectionable.
Wow, that's really, you're going to be a Southern lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
I mean, they'll underestimate me, and then I'll come at them with some good shit. That's my strategy.
Very, very good. Your Honor, if it pleases the court, I do have to say that I like sweet tea, Your Honor. And then somebody else said, I object, Your Honor. I like unsweetened, like that kind of stuff.
True.
Very good.
Yeah, we'll debate which sweet tea is best. Is it Whataburger or is it Cane's or is it Arizona? What is it? Which one?
Oof.
I mean,
Your Honor, Your Honor, my client has to say that when he goes to Cane's, he orders a Fanta. And the audience or the jury's like, Fanta? He doesn't get any tea. Oh my God.
That's like that's the meme. Like, you need to leave when you go to Cane's. Do that.
Exactly.
Oh
my God. My client, he did not get a bread. He did not get a slice of bread with his 4-piece. With his 4-piece chicken.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we will be bringing a severe lawsuit against the Cane's company.
Our justice system must respond to this sacrilegious act.
He drove away. He drove away from that Canes, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. He looked in. He was ready to soak up all that grease from that chicken. Could you imagine? Put yourself there, ladies and gentlemen. And he looks in there, and how many slices of bread did he see in there? That's right, none. And one of them faints. You know.
You asked for an extra coleslaw instead of extra sauce. That would be the smoking gun right there.
How much Canes do you eat?
Oh, so there's one that's about a 15-minute drive from my house. I've been
boy. Oh boy.
quite a few times.
They're open really late too. Canes is one of those like it's almost like a going to a sex worker or something. Like it's like late at night and you're like, oh, this is really what I'm doing is really not good, not socially acceptable. That's what it feels.
I leave my phone at home so people don't know they can't track me. That's exactly it.
What kind of lawyer do you want to be?
I actually worked, even though it's pretty depressing, I really enjoyed working at a firm with one of the main partners his big thing was actually labor law. And he did a lot of work with the regional office of the National Labor Relations Board and I live in Arizona. And he was a great guy, but the state of the law is woeful, as I'm sure people can probably tell.
What kind of can you give us an example? What kind of things would be going on? What kind of cases would they be working on at this labor law situation?
Well, so I worked at a private firm, and most of what we did was arbitration, and it was assisting workers with that's what the other partner at the firm was kind of more. He was less driven by the ideology of labor law and more interested in just kind of assisting people quickly. But I did have the chance to actually work at the regional office of the National Labor Relations Board, and that when I was in law school earlier, that was actually a pretty good experience. We would help people who were they were talking to each other about their wages, and a lot of stuff we got was from Vegas, which is surprisingly, it's a right to work state, but it has a huge amount of union activity because of the service economy there. And we would get a lot of cases from there. And a lot of people complaining about, not a lot, but a few people complaining about their unions, but a lot of stuff regarding firing workers for saying stuff on social media.
Wow.
Stuff like that.
Wow. Was there any anti-union stuff that you guys would have to litigate on or whatever?
Yeah. We would one example, nurses, for instance, we had a trial where one nurse, he was saying that he was getting the really undesirable shifts because he was openly pro-union, and he was alleging that he had basically been lowballed, and we had to bring that. We actually brought that before an administrative law judge. I don't actually recall how that ended up, but I don't think it turned out well for him. But they might have settled.
That's such a Sopranos type of thing. It's hey, look, you want to talk about forming a union or blah blah blah, whatever. Oh, it'd be a shame if your shifts change. You know what I mean? It's such a straight up gangster approach toward things. It's crazy. Well, it sounds like what you're doing is pretty exciting. Are you excited about it?
Yeah, it's just I think a lot. I think it's more important when you have to be at the point where you need a lawsuit. That's a sign that things aren't necessarily great for you. Oof. So I think you need to strengthen things further upstream, so to speak, in terms of the worker movement. And so you have to make unions stronger. You have to, and there's a lot you need to do. So, but I do like being on the right side of it, at least in this legal struggle.
People are so if you think about the day-to-day attitude at like a job where people are, employed and they're not making that much money is usually because a lot of the jobs that I've worked, low paying jobs, there's a general fear of getting fired, and anything that's sort of like putting you at risk is very taboo, It's very weird. As much as people, especially, conservatives and people like that, and liberals talk about, freedom and free enterprise and all this, there's a lot of very authoritarian behavior that happens in a workplace. And, for a lot of people, that taboo is probably really strong. To start talking about a union and stuff is like, oh boy, it's like you're trying to break out of prison or something,
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, we could talk for hours about it. I hope the chat isn't getting super bored already.
They're putting the F. Oh, look at that F. They say I don't even know what they say. I don't know what Keynes is. They're like, this guy's a boring lawyer. We hate him. Oh boy.
No, I feel that. I understand that it's fair. I almost was afraid of admitting that I graduated law school.
Somebody wrote, I object to this guy. They wrote. Unbelievable. Fair. Well, I want to hear more about this. This sounds like this could be an interesting, peek into your development as a lawyer. Will you come back and tell us more about this?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I there's a lot of insufferable shit about lawyers, especially conservative ones that are obsessed with fucking dual federalism and the Non-Delegation Act and shit like that. But yeah, no, I'd be happy to.
Yeah, give us some insight into this. Will you come back next stream?
Perhaps. Yeah, put me down for it.
Come on whenever you can. I'll talk to you later, Jazz.
Alrighty. All right.
Bye. Interesting guy. He's trying to do something good as a lawyer. Maybe defend some working people. Very good. Somebody says they just took Blue Chew. You're sick. It's not that kind of show. Don't do that.
Blue Chew.
Really hope David Pakman's okay. He comes on this show a lot. I don't know if you guys hear that. He has like a voice changing device, or he's kind of sound like he's just saying his voice sounds like that now because he's taken so much of those Blue Chew chemicals. Yuck. Man, that guy's... It's not good. I'll say that. He's not good. Spyro and Mary Kate.
Yes.
We
have the camera on. We're together.
Hey y'all. This is a double call. It's like a conference call. Very nice. What's up with you guys? You guys are new besties.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
We had a bestie outing like was it just last week and last weekend?
Hell
we
yeah.
were having our first big outing since, being vaccinated and everything.
Big old doink.
And we found the most boomer bars in Scottsdale. So we were thinking of you because you brought us together. So we were thinking of you when we were...
Yes.
You got the Kubrick stare guy.
Yeah, there was one we walked into and they told us to take our masks off.
Mm-hmm.
And then we didn't, and they said enter at your own risk.
Very condescendingly.
Oh boy.
Everyone was 6.5 feet tall. We're barely over 5 foot. They were towering over us, judging us, laughing at us because we had masks on. It was a horrible experience.
Wait, so they were trying to demand that you take your masks off before coming?
Yes.
Oh boy. Is this kind of the vibe? You guys are in Arizona, right?
Yeah.
Is this the general vibe? It's just a bunch of anti-mask lunatics?
That's a good portion of people.
60-40.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends where you are.
That night it was 100% of establishments.
It was actually 100.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
What was it called? The Rooster?
Yes.
Yes, the Rooster.
The Rooster.
We have some cool pictures. I'll send you a picture of me with the Rooster that Mary Kate.
Yes, please. We got it. This has got to be posted up. This outing. Did you guys generally behave modestly, or was there were you guys taking shots and starting fights, or what happened?
Well, what happened was we thought we're gonna go to the young people side of town, right? And then we get there, and I think there's a requirement. I think on amusement rides when they have the thing you have to be this tall.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they basically have those for every nightclub, and we just weren't tall enough. They also check how much money you have in your purse just to make sure you're of the social class that's allowed to be in there.
Wait, this was all at the Rooster? This happened?
No. This is
okay.
later. We went to the young people part of town.
Yeah.
And this is what happened.
How did they check your money? They look through your wallet, these people?
I was being hyperbolic. But...
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's
Oh
kind of like
god.
they were looking down on us, not just because we were so much shorter, but because we were of a lower class than them. That's how
Oh.
it felt. Like you should have seen these outfits, these vehicles. So Mary Kate suggested that we just get a vodka and go to a hotel room and party on our own. And we
Very-
watched some of your greatest hits in the hotel room. It was very
Holy
fun.
moly! Wow, that sounds pretty exciting. What's
It
what's
was
the
an
deal?
outing.
There's just like a posh part of town where people are snobs.
Oh
or...
yeah.
Oh my
It's called.
God.
It's an old town Scottsdale. There's just this block of all these bumping clubs that the youngsters go to.
It's the kind of place where you buy a coffee for like $15.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know. I think they're only selling liquor in that area. Just straight liquor. There's not a crumb of food anywhere.
Unbelievable. I feel like this could be an interesting little social experiment, though. You guys can go and like try to talk to some of these snobs, and then come back and like tell us what's going on with these people. What's their problem?
See if we get hate crimes. That would be fun, you know. And this one boomer just gave me like the Kubrick stare for a full 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was creepy.
Spyro saw it. Like he did not stop. He was just giving me that glare, and I was like, "Dude, you're staring at me." And he just,
yeah, he was searing through her with his eyes.
Man, this sounds like things are a little bit weird in this part.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Is there
so
like?
we wanted to know if you had any. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
I was gonna say, is there like a nice dive bar you could go to where people are a little bit less creepy, or what's going on here?
We have some spots for future outings, so we're good. At that time, we just went into it knowing nothing. We struck out every single place we went to. We spent like $100 and something in Uber fees.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Yikes!
Yeah.
So that was just a bust. That night was pretty much a bust as
It
far
was
as.
it was still fun at the end. You know, we pulled it together. But we
All
were
right.
wondering if you've had any weird experiences since going back into the world after the pandemic.
Well, you know, it's weird because I kind of jumped right into the fire. This vacation that I took, I went to New York City. I was in New York City, so I went right into it. I will say everybody's wearing masks there, but we had a few brushes with rats. A rat came really close to us.
Did you bring one home for me?
These are just not undomesticated rats. These are just out in the open feral rats.
It was
And
like something a scientist would say.
I tried to grab one for you, but you
I
got away.
appreciate it.
You got away. But
Jumped
yeah,
right on the subway tracks.
it's pretty exciting. It felt weird to be back just in the open, but it was fine. It was fine. Did you guys feel that at all? Were you like, "Oh my god, we're just out doing things"?
Yeah, I felt a little naked when I didn't have a mask on, eating a pizza at the first place we went to. I felt very weird, but I got over it a lot quicker than I thought. But New York City, that's like really just throwing yourself into the fire.
Yeah, totally in the fire. We had to really suck it up because there's like, people are not just like walking around without masks. They're like shouting, you're bumping into people. So it's just like, rip the Band-Aid off. You know what I mean? Just rip it off.
Yeah. Do you think you're used to it again, being a human?
Yeah, I think it's gonna come back. I think it's gonna. What little humanity I had before all this, I think it might come back. But
Thank God.
Before I flush you guys, because we're coming toward the end here, do you have anything amazing or important or dramatic that you'd like to say?
That's so much pressure. I mean, yes, but I have to go through my idea notebook. This is.
Look at
I
your
think
dream
that,
board.
that toilet innovation is just beginning. I think that video you showed on the stream tonight is just an example of where the greatest minds among us can lead us in toilet technology. And I'm really excited to see what we can do for ourselves in those precious, maybe 10, for me, it's usually a couple hours a day, moments on the toilet. So
I want to say to anybody watching this or listening to this, I think what we're going to do for this sort of art movement of toiletism is let's, like Zizek says, his whole thing is like the design of toilets reveal ideology. So let's all come up, what's the most bizarre sort of interesting toilet we could come up with? Like, let's forget about practicality. Like, what's a toilet? Like, let's design a toilet. How would it work? Everybody comes up with these designs. Let's make it weird and interesting, and none of these just boring toilets. You know what I mean?
That's an amazing idea. Yeah, we could do like a little show and tell, show our toilet project.
Is this our homework, Professor Lecturer Brown?
Yes, please.
For next time?
Yes, please. For
Okay.
next stream, let's have some toilets to present. Okay.
Great
What-
idea.
What are your office hours?
You're gonna
There's
need to
voice to
look.
in this
You're
room.
you're starting on a bad foot because you're already assuming that you're gonna need help, but I think you got this one. All right, all right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. I think that's what it's gonna be. Let's come up with let's totally make toilets that aren't practical. They're art pieces. A toilet that is too high to get onto, so you have to figure out where to poop on your own. Now we're talking. Now we're talking, Randall. Now we're talking. All right, guys. I think we're going to have to end the stream here for a couple of reasons. First of all, I am still falling asleep from flying and doing trip stuff, so I'm probably sound like an idiot. And it's been 2 hours. So a bidet that has the strength of a pressure washer. Ooh, that could be good. Actually, I used one of those Hello Tushy things that Sam Cedar's always droning on about, and it's a lot of pressure. Let's just put it that. Let's just leave it there. Okay? Okay. A toilet that rises out of the ground. Ooh. I mean, just think about it. These toilets. Oh, now people are giving me an F. You don't give me an F. Trying to kick me off my own stream. Toilets are very boring. Toilets are very boring, and you're always going in there. So let's fix this, guys. Let's fix this. Just a hole in the ground, JC says. I was thinking something like that too. But it'll have a design element to it, where maybe it creates like sort of a Zen garden type of thing or something. But I don't know. This is something we're going to have to think about, you guys. And this will be our contribution to the arts and the sciences. Obsessed, Super Chat 5. Good night, my friends. I miss you. But still, I'll see you on Wednesday. And I will too, guys. I love you. And I will see you later.
You're kind of like a snotty-faced bitch.